Yeah, makeup, though is one of the most important, it isn't the only note in the key, so to speak.
If you look at the film, really, there's not a great deal of blood in the film. It's mainly the sound effects, and again, we go to household products for that, like packs of crisps and eggs that we just sort of crack and break, and then I just go over the sound, the microphones go. In fact, hang on, if you got any pasta shells here, pasta shells are great for broken bones. So, let's see if I can run a couple of these again. It just sounds even worse, and you can play with that. And don't just use that, you mix other things in there, like, so you mix a lot of sound effects together and hopefully end up with something quite icky sounding.
Look at this. This looks great. It looks like someone's died. It's rotten and it's horrible. You don't achieve this with normal clothes. Costumes was the second most important thing I focused on. I buried the clothes in the ground. I let them rot. I chucked them around in the dirt. I just left them for as long as I could outside until they looked decrepit. Along with getting the look of the clothes, location is the uttermost important one next to it.
We were all very poor, so we were all living on our overdrafts, so we couldn't really afford to spend much money on it, so we just had to look for things and make full advantage of what we had available to us. And it went from there, really. The script was written around knowing when these streets would be quiet so we could get that empty, desolate feel. And it just seemed to work out, really.
We got a lot of support from the local community, from clubs, bars, restaurants, and we found that with their support that we could actually get the venues we wanted, we could film in the areas we wanted to.
We got lucky again with finding the flat complex, which was abandoned, which had been vandalised a lot, how it would, you presume, would be in the end of the world. But on the last day, we had a guy from the city council, shooting his gun about why we were here. We had permission to be there. It's hard not to blow your top at someone, especially when you're under a lot of pressure.
People who don't make movies, who don't know what the directors go through to make these movies, are going to have a critical opinion, not necessarily nice. So they need to stay focused on what they want to achieve as a director, ignore everything else around them, and just keep going and keep putting out their movies.
Anyone who's interested in making a movie, they should just grab a camera and just try it. Just try it. Even if it goes horribly wrong, it's not surgery, no one's going to die. You just grab a camera and try. Get some friends together, do a fake fight, just so you can at least understand how to get the shot. Just try it.
I think anybody can make a film. All you need is the camera and just enthusiasm. That's the biggest thing, is enthusiasm.
Preparation. To a lot of people, the pre-production side might come across as boring. They want to just get the camera and get out there and shoot. But if you just do that, you won't have anything to be proud of at the end of it.
So that was the lovely teaser/trailer produced by Dane. No, but I had a lovely production crew. We worked so hard to make it work. Full 12-hour shoot days. So this is Dead Rain. Enjoy.
When you're making a movie without any money, you kind of have to be really creative. There's no option, really. And even if you had making a film that cost 100 million, you'd still have to be creative, because film is essentially about problem solving. So that was what we did on Colin. We just solved problems, and I was so happy with the end result. It was a really exciting experience for me.
These are just a few examples of horror movies, independent horror movies that you may or may not have heard of. A lot of independent films are being made all the time, and it's just a snapshot of what's going down.
I'm very proud to be holding this because it represents a lot of years of hard work.
What's your favourite horror movie?
What's my favourite horror movie?
The original Dawn of the Dead.
Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead remake.
28 Days Later.
And Evil Dead 2 is one that immediately springs to mind. Dog Soldiers would be my favourite.
I guess I love Alien.
The Japanese version of Ring.
Vamp is my favourite horror movie.
What about you?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I hate horror movies.
Yeah.